Good afternoon, people. My name is Niko House, host of the political radio show Mi Casa es Su Casa, and I urge you all to join our One Follow $1 campaign. We show the mainstream media that if they're going to continue to make disastrous mistakes like this one, we will donate to independent journalists who will do the job and report the truth. Now, with that being said, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like I said, join the One Follow $1 campaign by donating to the Patreon link below. Now, once the Michael Flynn information came out yesterday, whenever situations like that happen, I actually try to exercise patience, which is not a virtue that I have in abundance anyway. But you know, I try to in controversial situations like that, because there's so much information surrounding that you have to wait to make sure that you're getting the information that's accurate to the, you know, as accurate as you can hope for anyway. And that is going to stick. And the reason why is because there have been a lot of retractions lately regarding the Russia situation, specifically WikiLeaks and things of that nature. And still, we have another example of just mainstream media dropping the ball once again, not really being held accountable. I've never personally seen a situation like what we've seen over the last couple of years, where the New York Times has had to retract their articles, and now ABC News with the Michael Flynn story has had to retract theirs or correct theirs. And of course, you know, CNN had to do the exact same thing less than about 4 or 5 months ago. Fox News had to do the same thing. I mean, mainstream media is essentially showing that their credibility is being sacrificed for trying to break news first, specifically to get ratings, which is the whole reason that they're peddling this Russian nonsense to begin with. But here we see that, according to CNN, actually, ABC News corrects bombshell Flynn report. ABC News on Friday evening corrected an explosive special report that aired in the morning, saying that Donald Trump, as a candidate for president, had asked Michael Flynn to contact the Russians. During World News Tonight, ABC News investigative reporter Brian Ross said that the source who had provided the initial information for his story later told him that it was as president-elect, not as a candidate, that Trump asked Flynn to contact the Russians. The initial report, based on an anonymous source, prompted the dramatic reaction in the financial market, and the Dow actually fell more than 350 points. So not only do you see the backlash, just the PR backlash that's come because of this. People thought that that Flynn was going to be pleading guilty to something, that he was trying to cop a plea. Even myself, like, if that had been true, then that's what I would have automatically assumed, that he's trying to cop a plea to get out of lesser charges. Even still, that's on the table. But they once again went with an anonymous source that has caused them to backtrack their articles. This is 2 times that such an issue has happened. And yet people are going to still continue to go to mainstream media to get their accurate news. Now, I'm not saying you can't get any news from the mainstream media. Even myself, like you just heard, I get news, at least the gist of what's going on, from the mainstream media, because they do have resources that independent journalists like myself don't have. But we knew already that Michael Flynn had been asked to go to Russia to you know, be a diplomat before Trump came into office. And as I've said before, this is a common practice. And yet, they pretended like this was a crazy bombshell, putting, once again, Flynn's family in danger. Really? Because if people think he's a treasonous traitor, that's a problem. But once again, anonymous sources can't be punished. Mainstream media isn't held accountable, and everybody will go on about their day like it's not an issue. But nobody's been talking about this. This is a bombshell. That bombshell wasn't even a bombshell, but the fact that they got this wrong, and they're not really going to great lengths to backtrack. I bet if I go to Joanne Reed's Twitter right now, nothing. I bet if I go to any of these people's Twitter right now, I would literally get nothing. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So, thank you so much for watching. Please like and share the video, and always remember, find your balance. Peace.